All right, what's up, guys? I got recommended to do a video on NIO. So let's take a look at this thing. Let me get rid of some of my fib lines. We got to redo those now. Did those a while back when I was originally watching this. I never got in on this thing. I really wish I did. But I see that I have another chance to get in, so I'm not too concerned. Crazy parabolic run. Like, this is something you do not want to be buying up in this level. The way that it's in like a hockey stick pattern. Look at these bearish divergence on the 4 hour. Those are terrible. We got a 4 hour TD9 flash. You know, it's nothing too bad to be afraid of, but we are ignoring it, which can mean some downside. Let's take a look at this. The volume is insane coming in on this thing, which is great. You know, a lot of people are buying, but a lot of people are about to get wrecked. You know, we're hitting some resistance right now. I still see a little bit more upside potential. My guess is anywhere from the 42.50 to the 43.30 range is my prediction, and we're going to be topped out there. If we take a look at the daily 20 EMA here, the daily 20 EMA is at, let's see, 28.97, so $29. Let's take a look at the weekly. Whoa. Wow, that is not good. Holy shit. Look at these TD9 flashes. We got pink, red. This thing is screaming for a correction. Holy shit, I've never seen so many fucking red TD9 flashes in my life. We've pretty much been ignoring these things the whole way up. We got bearish divergence on the weekly also. Bad. I mean, people are just buying the hell out of this thing, but I don't even know what to say about that. That's insane. So we most likely are going to come down and test this weekly, this 20 weekly EMA, 1801. If we fall below, you're looking at 931. We'll probably get a bounce at that 20 weekly, seeing how much people are buying the hell out of this thing. I'd expect an $18 price, unless we just completely shit the bed. Let's look at the fib retracements. So you get the 0.618 at 27.53. I mean, that's a possible point. And if we bounce there, that's really, really bullish. So, I mean, I'd watch for that. The 0.382 lines perfectly with the 20 weekly EMA. I mean, that right there is a huge sign. So watch that 27.53 for the first pullback. If we can't hold that, then we're looking at that $18 level. And that would be a purchasing point depending on how everything works out. But we need a correction really bad. I would expect it to come to $18 and then shoot back up to about $28, $29, and then, you know, maybe correct more from there. But either way, we're looking at this is on the monthly, so I don't see anything crazy there though right now. But this is just on the smaller time frames. 38.77 is probably the first pullback. It looks like we've been supported by this EMA here. 38.69, 30, somewhere around there. We have, again, bearish divergence, but that's only on the 45-minute. Sorry about the Snapchat messages. You know, so that's not too big of a deal. So it's most likely coming down to that 38.77 off the rip, maybe in the morning. And if we continue further down, the other price targets I told you is basically where we're at. I mean, we can take a quick check here, see if any of that makes any sense. We're in this rising channel here, so we're going to line up the candles on the left with the first wick and see if they line up, which they do. Check the bottoms here. It's almost like a rising broadening wedge a little bit. But pretty much a rising channel. So what you do is you'd take a measured move from the beginning of the channel, draw a trend line from the bottom of the trend line to the top, straight up. Move that over. So if we broke down from that point, from the very bottom, usually you take the measured move from the breakdown of the candles, which obviously there's no breakdown yet. But if our next candle was to break down, it actually lines up pretty damn well with that 38.53 level. It looks like 38.86, and that would be to the bottom. And if we can catch support there, then we're going to obviously continue up. I personally believe that we are going to have a little correction to that 38, and we're going to come back up, try to test that 42. And if we can't break through that and get to my target of 43, then that's pretty much going to be it. I mean, obviously the markets close soon, so we're not going to be seeing any drastic drops. In the next few days, though, I mean, there's not much more time. But, I mean, if we can come up to that $43 level, we might be able to erase some bearish divergence on the 4-hourly. But it's probably going to end up being a double top right here. It seems like we've been getting rejected a shit ton right up at this line. And we're not quite there yet, so that's why I'm expecting us to come to the $43 level to touch that. And then we're probably going to come down and see if we can get any support on this line here. And, you know, that's pretty good ways down. That's probably the $29 level at the bottom of that. And if we fall through, we're going down to the $18 level. I mean, it's going to be bouncing here and there, but we're going to get sold off with all those bearish divergence and those 9 flashes and everything. I mean, like I said, $29 the first level to watch, and if we can't hold that and we can't bounce there, which would be a great sign if we could bounce there, because that's the 0.618 fib. But if we can't hold there, we're going down to the 0.382 most likely, and that's at 1801. So, I mean, I'm going to put a couple trend lines here on the daily, and I'm going to watch that for the wick down. And if we can get support on this line, that would be pretty good. And if we can't get support there, we're going to go down to the second line, which would be probably the 0.382, and that's going to be at the 18. The first line most likely is around the $29 level. So let's see what happens. But I mean, if you're in this thing and you got in early, I mean, it's up to you what you want to do. Personally, if I was in a lot of profit, I would be taking at least half off the table. You know, maybe a little more. Depends on where you got in. So that's my prediction, and that's based off of the TA here. I mean, there's no rolling over of any moving averages yet, so that's why I'm expecting that bounce at the $28 level at least. But the fact that there were, you know, have so many red TD9 flashes, you know, if you look over here, this is on the 4-hourly again, we still have that room to come up on the RSI. That could, if we can come up higher than that RSI there, if we can break through this 43 area, then we can potentially start erasing some bearish divergence. But if we can't come up higher, then, you know, that's going to be it for this thing for a little while before it corrects. And maybe it'll come back down and test that 0.618 and then create a W and shoot back up. But, I mean, obviously the stock's been doing amazing, so it's hard to